For task 3 this week, instead of looking at 2D, which are flat shapes like we were looking at in task 2, we're going to jump back up to looking at volume like we were last week. Now I'm looking for this today for the volume of this whole shape, and I've actually highlighted it in purple and in yellow. In the questions you're going to do, you can have a red bit and a blue bit. Unfortunately, I don't have any red and blue highlighters, so we've got purple and yellow here. And I'm going to label these with A and B because those are the sections we're going to work them out in. And this is very much like what you've just done with areas. So first up, I'm going to find volume A. Well, remember from what we did last week, volume is length times width times height. Now, my length is 8. My width, I don't know. What's this width? Well, I'll talk about that in a moment, and our height is 11. Now let's look at this width. Well, if this is the width, then that's also the width, then this is the width, this is the width, this is the width. So you just need to look at your diagram, coming down your diagram. We finally found something that is exactly where the width would be. So that is 6. So it's just working your way through your diagram and having a look to see if you can find somewhere that you can work out the width from. Now, bring your calculator in, have a go at just finding that. So 528. Now, absolutely, please use your calculator for these. Everything that I'm giving you here will be too big for you to even sensibly have a go at in your head. I mean, if you want to, feel free. You can do them. It'll just take you a lot longer. Volume B, that's the purple bit. Now remember, we're looking for a length, a width, and a height. Well, the length is 6. The width is 6. But this time our height is 5. So just trying to figure out which measurements you're using is the really tricky bit here. Working with that on our calculator, we have 6 times 6 times 5. 180. Final step, just like with our areas, is to work out our total volume. And so our total volume is our 528, which was volume A, plus our 180, which is 708. And because we're working with a volume, it's going to be centimeters cubed if each of our original measurements is in centimeters. Okay, so here's one to have a go at. Pause the video, have a go, and I'll run through the answer in just a second. You may want to label your yellow shape A and your purple shape B, and then at least we'll be talking in the same terms. Great, hopefully you've had a go. So let's run through. We have volume A. Always that same volume formula if you've got a cuboid, so length times width times height. Well, our length here is 12. Our width here is 4. And our height here is 2. Now you can work that out on the calculator and it will give you 96. Volume B. We're looking at that purple shape now. And in that purple shape, we're still doing length times width times height because that's the volume of a cuboid. Our length is 8. Our width, well, here's the width. It's the same as the width of the yellow shape, so it's also going to be 4. And finally, our height is at 10. So we're doing 4 times 8 times 10 on the calculator, gives you 320. Finally, we want the total volume. And make sure you show this working because it's even if you got a small mistake somewhere in here, if you've done all the right steps, you'll get the marks for most of it. for just having a go at working your way through all the steps, even if your answer's not spot on. So here we've got 96 and 320. That gives us 416 as our answer. And again, let's say centimeters cubed if everything in our original is in centimeters. So there's 2 examples for you. Have a go at the ones that I've set. As I say, they're in red and blue. Don't let that throw you. You can label either way with A's and B's. And your check-in task for this is to send me a little picture of your working and what you've done. Okay, I know lots of you have been having a go at doing that anyway, but I haven't set a formal check-in task for this one. I would just like you to send me a picture of your work. That would be great.